Hello my hiking friends, it is nice to see you here, and today I want to share with you my thoughts on hiking with dogs, and especially why you shouldn't take your dog hiking with you. So let's get started. So I have hiked with my dog Luna for over 2 years now, and before I had any real experiences with hiking with dogs, I thought that this is the best thing ever. Like, I get to spend quality time with my four-legged friend outdoors, and she gets to sniff all of the interesting nature smells. But when I first took Luna on a hike with me, like on a longer overnight hike, I quickly realized that this isn't the case. The first thing, forget hiking your own hike, because when you take your dog with you, you have to hike your dog's hike. You can't force your dog walk or hike further than he or she is willing to go voluntarily. But you have to keep in mind that dogs really often want to please you so much that they will discard their own discomforts. So it is up to you to really pay attention and plan your hike according to your dog's fitness levels and willingness to hike longer or shorter distances. When me and Luna went on our first hiking trip, I was really ambitious and I thought, like, dogs want to walk, right? And I will get tired before the dog will. But I was so wrong. At the end of the first day, but I have to admit, I wanted to hike a really long day. She started to do this kind of strikes. She sat down at the side of the road and refused to walk further. So we just had to make as many breaks as she wanted to. But the bad thing is, I didn't know why she was stopping. So I really didn't know if she was in any pain or if she just was tired or just she didn't understand why we were walking. And at the second day, she started to do these kinds of strikes really early on, early in the day. And after trying to hike for a few hours, I decided I have to cancel the hike, and I called my friend who picked us up because I couldn't walk further. You really have to notice your dog, you have to know his or her abilities, and just keep a really tight eye on him or her. And also, you know that dogs can be very curious, so they want to sniff, they want to stop, they want to see around and like do the dog things, and you have to allow them. So if you are not prepared to stop and take it slow and let your dog enjoy the hike as well, don't take him or her with you, because you will get quite annoyed when you are not ready to slow down, because he or she really wants to smell the smells and like do all of the dog things. And if you are forcing him or her to come with you, then you are going to have a bad day, he or she is going to have a bad day, and it is just not fun. The second thing that you should really know about when hiking with a dog or preparing to hike with your dog is walking on a leash and pulling on the leash. And most likely your dog isn't perfect walking on a loose leash, so sooner or later you have to deal with pulling. And okay, it's okay if you take a hike, like a 2-hour hike or like 5-hour hike, you will manage it. But if you are attached to your dog and she or he is pulling, sooner or later you will be quite annoyed about it. And let's be real, most dogs don't know how to walk on a leash properly, so you have to be prepared to tolerate some kind of pulling. Of course, you can start training earlier before the hike, but none of the dogs are so perfect that they can walk behind you or next to you with a loose leash like 2 days in a straight, or however long your hike is. If you're really tired and hungry, you will start to snap at your dog, and again this will ruin your day and your dog's day as well. So if you have trouble walking on a leash with your dog and staying calm the whole time, then basically why should you enjoy the experience when you are taking like a 2-day walk with him or her? So if you are thinking that you will solve this problem by letting your dog run freely without the leash, then please don't. Don't let your dog off leash when he or she doesn't have the perfect recall. And again, let's be honest, most dogs don't have the perfect recall, and if he or she comes back every time you ask him or her, like every time, whatever exciting things are ahead of him or her, she or he will come back, then most likely he or she doesn't have any problems walking with a loose leash as well. But don't let your dog off leash, because dogs that run freely and cannot be tamed properly are a danger to themselves, danger to wildlife, danger to other people and other animals as well. And even if your dog is the sweetest ever, like, be mindful that, for example, other dogs might be afraid of your sweet dog, even if he or she doesn't like show any signs of attacking the other dogs. For example, Luna is afraid of other dogs, and when somebody is running towards her, she will freak out. And if the other dog is really super cute and running freely and the owner is like, oh no, he doesn't do anything, then Luna is super stressed out. He is always like running away from the other dog and like makes a mess. So please don't solve this leash problem with letting your dog loose, especially when you know you will be meeting other people and other animals on the trail. If there are sections that you are sure that there aren't any wildlife or other animals, then yeah, you can let him or her loose for a bit, but not for the whole hike. So yeah. Another thing about pulling the leash is when you are attached to your dog, then he or she maybe want to take another path than you. For example, if I am walking with Luna in a forest road or forest trail, then very often she wants to take another route, like from the other side of the tree or from the other side of whatever obstacle we have in front of us. So I have to call her back, which means I have to stop and call her back or follow her trail to untangle the leash. So I have been really annoyed at this, and also about Luna's pulling. She is a especially strong puller in the mornings when she has this all kinds of energy and like willingness to go and hike. So yeah, pulling on a leash, not so fun. And the third thing you have to really know is you have to carry your dog's stuff, and it adds weight to your back really easily. So you have to carry his or her food and drinking water as well. And as you need more food and water when you're exercising, so does your dog. So these cramps add up pretty easily when taking your dog's food with you for 2 days or 3 days. The kibbles can be really heavy. If your dog is like stronger and more active and has more energy, you can put a dog backpack on him or her, but be mindful that you can't add all of the weight on him or her. Your dog should be carrying like 10 to 30% of his or her body weight. For example, for Luna, I know she doesn't have like really high energy levels, and she's more like frail looking dog, so I can't add a bunch of weight to her. Right now I'm having the backpack's weight between 10 and 15% of her body weight. But for example, my family dog Lotta is really like this muscular dog, and I would add more weight to her. But again, maximum 30%, and you can't start adding a lot of weight to her or him immediately. You have to build up the weights, and also you have to start by just with an empty backpack and just introduce the backpack to him or her like really gradually. But I'm getting too deep into the dog backpack theme. I will be doing a separate video about the dog hiking gear in general, so I will stop with the dog backpack talk and just tell you that the grams will add up pretty easily. And of course, not only food and water. Depending on your dog's fur, you may have to carry a jacket or sleeping bag or something with you. So the gear also adds weight to your backpack. So be careful, and if you if you can't carry a lot of weight, then don't take your dog with you, unfortunately. So these are the 3 things that that really are the main reasons why you shouldn't take your dog hiking with you. But regardless, I am still taking Luna with me whenever I go hiking, because hiking with your own dog is like having this special bonding time between you two. And every time when I go outdoors or into the nature, I feel so guilty that I don't take Luna with me, because she's enjoying the outdoors and the nature and the hiking trails as much as I do. So, and I am willing to endure all of the 3 things I listed before. And the second thing is, especially when you are hiking alone, as I am, so having a dog with you adds this really safe feeling, because I don't have to be worried that a bear or a moose or another human being will jump out of the bushes and surprise me. So I just rely on my dog's senses, and she will notice every single weird thing that is going on. And this adds a especially nice, secure feeling in the nighttime when it's dark out there and I have this really scary feeling all the time that somebody's scaring me behind the trees or something. So I just look at her, and if she senses something weird going on, I see it immediately and I have more time to react to it. Okay, these were my thoughts on hiking with a dog. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and also subscribe if you haven't already. If you enjoy my videos in general and you like what I'm doing on this channel, then please consider supporting me on Patreon. I have some extra perks there. So if you would like to be a part of my Patreon family, go to my Patreon page and you can start pledging as small as $2 per month. And it really helps out. I have 2 more videos coming out about hiking with dogs. So the second video will be about what to know and how to prepare for a hike with a dog. And the third one will be all about dog hiking gear. So, okay, thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me. Go for a hike, because life is so much better in hiking shoes, and I will see you really soon. Okay, bye. I feel really bad that I didn't think this hike through, and I should have made shorter hikes with Luna at first. But what you gonna do? Right now, nothing. Wait for my awesome friend to come and pick me up. Okay, but shit happens.